Over the course of this video series, we have learnt from our 5 academics how the landscape of teaching has changed in recent weeks and the important role that technology has played in ensuring continuity of delivery and support for students. In this last video of the series, we examine how this will impact the future of universities and the way they teach.
It's hard to say. I suppose it's almost like a live experiment, isn't it, that we're going through? And I suppose, things that will come out of this that actually worked quite well will no doubt be taken further forward. So, certainly one thing that I think I've taken out of this so far, perhaps not necessarily as linked as much to students, but, how much actually do we need to be travelling into the office? There's a lot of time we can actually save time, save petrol, save expense by, I think, working from home a couple of days a week as a kind of a matter of course. So perhaps home working will become a bit more prevalent. And I think actually quite a lot can be achieved via these means of, for how long it takes someone to travel into a university, to walk from lecture to lecture. Well, actually, for example, I've got a module employability where I have to arrange, a load of one-to-ones with students over a period of, say, 4 weeks. Well, how really is it any different from me doing what we're doing now and have a face-to-face interaction with a chat function, the ability to share their screen so they can talk me through what they've done? How are we really losing anything from a face-to-face interaction? I don't think we're losing a lot at all, really. I certainly don't think I can't see the tide changing, irreconcilably towards online. But I do think that as a result of this, universities should be thinking a bit more about actually long term. If we are really serious about a sustainability agenda and almost doing, think about the planet at the moment. Think about actually all the pollution that's being saved. There's perhaps some incremental gains there in terms of, do we really need to be out as much as we're out kind of using transport? And I don't know, I think there's definitely something there. I think from the student's point of view, it's a difficult one because I think, you do need that face-to-face. You do need to kind of ground everything, I think, in face-to-face contact still. So it's a delicate balance, but I definitely think there's things to take forward from this.
Well, with this change, we saw that we can and we have to and we can deliver online. And I think we are developing capability here. We didn't used to deliver online. Now we are getting used to it and we will get better at it by the time the outbreak is over. And there is an opportunity to keep some of the learning and repeat it in the future. I don't know at the moment whether there will be a full online offering or not, but I would expect at least some modules to have some sessions online, just to have that variety of delivery. Because it does show something else as well. So sometimes in the class, it may not be possible to have the computers with them, but now everybody has their computer and they can record like you are recording. We will record and we will make the recording available to them. And they can listen to it again if they want it, if something's unclear. This will especially help with our full-time students where sometimes they need certain terms to be explained several times because they are not familiar with the terminology. And going forward, I would expect some of this to stay and I would expect all of us to get much better at it and won't fear from it.
I don't think we will go back to the way we used to teach. I think a lot of colleagues have to pick up on technology and actually being able to engage the students in a different way.
The answer is I don't know. Most of my students they're all international students, a lot from the Far East. I don't know what the travel arrangements are going to be like from the Far East going into the future. I think it's either going to go one of two ways. Either it'll all die down like previous pandemic and it'll be business as usual and we'll wonder what all the fuss was about, or it will change it absolutely fundamentally. I don't think there's going to be a middle ground. I think we do have the ability to deliver remotely, but there's something that can never make up to face-to-face contact with a student and talking them through a problem.
It is clear that while technology will now become more prevalent in teaching and learning going forward, there is a common view that face-to-face engagement is still an important part of the learning experience. Penny Gocher from the University of East Anglia also considers the impact it can have on teaching skills if programs become fully online.
It's quite isolating, and I think that is the biggest risk, I think, for going on this. But the universities then suddenly going, well, actually, yeah, we don't need all these buildings. We don't need all these big lecture halls anymore. We don't need lecturers who can stand in front of a group of students. And the other thing is that if you're not doing those things regularly with anything, if you stop doing something, you lose the skills, don't you? So if you are a teacher and your skills are in, interacting with students, and you get a lot from that process, and that they ask you questions and you think, I'm not really sure of those answers and what have you, that ability to stand up and perform in front of students, if you don't do it.
The impact of the recent outbreak of Covid-19 has fundamentally changed the way we live and work. Our academics have shown that while disruption has been challenging, it has also presented opportunity to reflect on how they can create a more flexible and inclusive curriculum with the affordances of technology. This in turn will hopefully create several strategic advantages to universities in how they offer and deliver higher education programs going forward.